One of the challenges we had when we set out to set this up was to make this the hub of the community, because we felt that this area of Keynsham in particular, there was no real community there, and what we wanted to do was to build that foundation, to build that community up from, and this was very much part of that project.
There was this downward spiral of antisocial behaviour, and the young ones not understanding the older generation and the older generation not understanding the younger generation. And I thought this would be a good meeting place to be able to kind of address those issues.
And it's working. We are getting there. It's like turning an oil tanker around, as these things always are, but it's working, it's happening.
The maths club is, at the moment, has got 7 children, ages from years 5 and 6. I love maths, obviously, and the aim of the club is to try to sell maths as a leisure activity. I keep an eye on what they're doing in school, but my main focus is to give it a bit of fizz and try and enthuse them about maths, you know, and make them, and try to make links with the real world all the time.
This one's called First Flight. I walk across the tarmac to the clumsy looking plane. I wonder if my thumping heart will ever slow again. I climb the steps and I reach the door and I nervously look inside. It's much too late to back out now, but I need a place to hide. We're taxiing down the runway, soon we'll be soaring high. Oh my God, I say to him, what's keeping us in the sky? I grip my seat arms tightly, I'm full of a sickening fear. I hope it won't be long now before I'm down from here. I slowly glance out the window and I'm met with a wonderful sight. It's then I begin to realise I'm enjoying my first flight. Yay!
Well, here we are on the Keynsham Hour and we welcome Dennis from Community at 67 with us in the studio. Dennis, what is actually going on at Community 67 this week? It's an all-age programme. By not referring to age at all, it's about the Keynsham community.
Any local organisation that sets out to help people, we'll have them on and talk about it so that more people get to know local councillors that are doing things. Just generally build the community sense. Currently today we have the computer classes and cafe that's followed by the food cooperative.
This is just the collecting point, really. People place their order through the organiser here and they come and collect their bag and take it home with them. And so most people buy their vegetables that they'll want a kilogram of carrots or just some runner beans or whatever they like. So they have it according to their wishes. In fact, people can buy anything they want off the website, but this group here finds it most convenient to have vegetables and fruit from us. Although we do some gluten-free food as well, and some milk and cheeses and all those sorts of things.
One of our ladies takes some of the vegetables and she makes all sorts of wonderful meals.
We've got the beef stew.
Yeah.
With these particular ladies, I know what they like. They're quite traditional eaters, so if I try and do something that is essentially British, I would say. Yeah, British for them. But I do sneak things in. There's courgettes in there. Now, they probably wouldn't eat courgettes, but because it's chopped up small, they don't notice it. But I'm trying to think, what have you had?
Chilli, things with
Chilli.
chilli.
We've had.
Pasta,
I would never eat pasta, would I?
Pasta.
Doing pasta.
Spicy things.
Yeah.
But I had spicy, you don't go
Yeah,
mad
no,
on
I
me,
don't do
you?
anything too hot. Margaret's my test. The one we can't quite beat at the moment is rice. I will get Margaret on rice. She likes rice pudding.
Yeah,
but
I'm off to Australia next week, and my computer's crashed, and they've been so helpful trying to get it going. I only do it for photos, emails, Skyping my son in Australia.
I couldn't use a computer, and they said at the hospital it would help me, so rheumatoid arthritis. I do patients, I pay patients.
Here, there's always somebody to tell you where you go wrong, you know, and it's putting it right. So once it goes wrong, if you lose it, have to be. We can't find it. There's always somebody here. We're all in the same position here.
Well, these are other people. There's people in the class. They'll help you if you've got a problem. But there's always somebody here.
Certainly up here, there's a lot more to do here, and we want to engage with some of those people that is probably more disadvantaged and stuff, and people living in isolation, people that are generally finding life difficult. We just want to be here to make it that little bit easier for them, and if we can have a little bit of input into their lives to make it more rewarding, then we've done our job, haven't we?